Hello everybody and welcome back to Neverending Nightmares. Finally getting around to doing the alternate endings. So yeah, by beating the game we unlock Nightmare Select, we can go back to this one, and you might recall last time I went into the door in the background. Well, to get to the other dream path here, you don't actually want to do that, but instead you want to go off to the right here, because there's apparently a hole you can fall into. And now we're a kid. But yeah, like, you might want to forgive me for not thinking I could even go to the right there. Why did I pause? I don't know. But yeah, like, I didn't think I could even go that direction, but apparently I could. So now we're a kid. This is just... I don't know. It's just going to get more surreal from here on out, and my feelings on this game are still relatively mixed. Like, I know what they were trying to go for with this game, and, like, the guy in charge, he did base this game on his own battles with depression and obsessive compulsive disorder. And I can see that at work in the game, more so the OCD with, like, all the many doors and stuff. I mean, not everybody with OCD is going to be, like, obsessed with doors or anything, but, like, the idea of going down each path, opening each door to see what's behind it and all that stuff, like, that's a way that OCD could manifest in someone. Obviously, different people are going to have, like, different ways that OCD manifests in them, but yeah. And as far as depression goes, I only see that in the first, like, well, in the path that I took through this game. Because these other endings are... I don't know how to feel about them. Like, I can honestly say, I think the ending I received where the dude, like, found out that his wife left him because he was still couldn't get over the death of his daughter, I think that was probably the best ending. Because these other two endings and the paths that lead up to them are, I don't know, they just leave a little to be desired. So I don't really have much else to say about this. I'm just going through the motions here. It's going to be a while before we see a new type of enemy that will show up. And I think the enemy is... what's the word I'm looking for here? Well, these enemies are only going to show up during the kid dreams. I guess it makes sense. All the enemies are sort of, like, confined to their own little spot. Well, actually, no, that's not even true, because we're going to see some repeated enemies later on in this video. Huh. I don't know. So yeah, I really don't have much else to say now. So I'm just going to go ahead, speed up the video a bit, and I'll cut back in when we get to something new. Well, that doesn't sound good.
Finally, you're awake. You've got to check out what I found. Follow me.
And so we now follow our sister? Question mark? Or family friend? I don't know, because the roles tend to change considering whatever dream we're on. So, yeah. Anyway, the goal here, follow your sister. Or, well, just follow the girl in general. And, yeah, she's a little fast, but not too hard to keep up with. I mean, she's not conscious of the fact that you have just crippling asthma right now. I mean, listen to the boy breathe. This is torture. You can't expect him to run. Come on, what's wrong with you? That's cruel, inhumane, and unusual. But yeah, she leaves footsteps, so it's not hard to keep up with her. And oh wow, would you look at that? Like, I don't know if that was supposed to be scary. I mean, I guess it does fit the creepy atmosphere, but yeah, like, just going back, I mean, I get everything this game wanted to do, but to me, it's not really all that scary. I mean, the atmosphere is fine enough, but like, the gameplay itself kind of hinders it from being all that scary. To me, at least. It's a little too repetitive. And I get it, you know, it's a walking simulator. You can't really expect groundbreaking gameplay from a walking simulator, but like, you at least want the story to be able to pick up the slack a bit, and this game didn't really do that? Well, as far as the other endings go, I stand by the first ending being the best ending, as we will see coming up. So yeah, we just had to follow her into the cemetery. Also, I believe a few of these names are from Kickstarter backers, because this game did have a Kickstarter, and it was successfully funded. And I think this might have been one of the perks. So that's cool.
Tommy, you gotta run.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm still just thinking about everything this game does. I want it to like it, but I mean, it's not horrible. At the same time, it's not amazing either. Yeah, that's gruesome. And really, it's kind of only like a play it once game, and you know, like, you get the full experience from that. Because trying to get these other endings, I just found myself getting more and more bored and just wanting to hurry up and get it over and done with. And oh no, she's dead. We were too slow. And now we're home. I think that might have actually got me a little. That was actually a nice touch. The moment he gets out of bed, the arm just grabs him. That was cool. That was a cool moment. So I guess now we're in the rundown asylum? I don't really understand that, but at least we're about to get a new enemy type coming up in a few. But yeah, like, playing this again to get the other ending. Oh wait, no. Maybe it's not this path? I don't recall. But yeah, I mean, we're back in the, like, actual asylum that our adult self was in, so yeah, there's that. But yeah, playing through this again, kind of dull, monotonous, and really repetitive. But on my first playthrough, I admit I was a little engaged, though some parts did run a bit long. It's like, okay, like, this is just the same old stuff. Can we get to the point already? And Yeah. I wonder how much of that was me like actually doing this in an LP setting, and how much I would have enjoyed this more if I just played this on my own without like actually recording it for YouTube. So yeah, we're dealing with those guys now. You don't want to sprint, you want to be slow, and yeah, then they won't hear you and tackle you and eat you, I guess. So I could have sworn the new enemy type was going to be on this path, but apparently not. So just going to go ahead and speed up through this too. We've seen this before with the older self. We're just now a little bit shorter, dealing with the same old enemies. So yeah. Okay, now I admit, this room took me off guard too, because I thought we were about to get into like just a whole nother plot point here with some religious symbolism, but no. No, this is the only Jesus you're going to see in this game. Nothing gets built off from that. So, yeah. Bit of a red herring, I guess? Oh no, I feel like that could have been explored. So I do like the nice touch that the house and the asylum are beginning to meld together. Though not much is really done with this, but eh. And there you saw a little glimpse of the new enemy type. And I sort of saw that doll move in the corner of my eye, just came back like, I know that thing moved. Maybe I am going a little bit crazy. Because yeah, it didn't happen right there. I guess that is an effective way of sort of getting you like scared or creeped out. Because the game sort of gets you into that, like, with lack of a better term, ritual? Like, what is the word I'm looking for here? Like, the game just sort of gets you used to the idea that the dolls don't do anything, that they just sit there. Like, you enter so many rooms and exit so many rooms where the dolls are just motionless, doing nothing. And then one room, you leave it, and then a doll just starts moving. It's going to start happening a little more now, like the dolls are going to actually like move and try to chase us down. And the way to deal with them, just keep moving. Don't stop. Might not want to run either, because then you'll get fatigued, and then, yeah, you'll give them time to catch up. So, yeah, with the little like psych ward patients, you want to walk slowly, don't run, so they can't hear your footsteps and avoid like stepping in puddles and glass and all that. With the giant babies, you just want to hide because their eyesight isn't that good. And with the dolls, you just want to keep on moving. Yeah, don't worry, I get hit by one of them soon enough, so you'll be able to see the depth animation for that. So I do like how it starts off as one doll just sort of following you down. We'll later get to a point where there's like multiple, like 5+ just trying to zero in on your location. It can actually get a bit hectic. But still, the slow build up to that doesn't really make it worth it in the long run. Just saying. Because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a slow build, but ooh boy, does this game, like, really build up to it slowly. Like, very, very slow. And that's what happens when you get caught by a doll. So don't get caught by a doll. Yeah. That was the second ending, and yeah, Bandicam still does not like the main menu to this, so yeah, that was one ending. Right there. Kissing his sister goodnight, because he was having a bad dream, I guess. I guess he was afraid something had happened to her. I guess. Maybe? Whatever, I don't know. So anyway, we're going back here to this dream to get to the final one. And there's two ways to get to this one. So here's the first way. You know, you just gotta go through here, through the darkness. Darkness is spreading. Never should have gave you people money. No, there's no time to quote Dave Chappelle. So, yeah, we're just walking through the darkness. Yeah, you remember this? So you just gotta wait for the right one to show up. It's coming. It's coming. This one right here. Because if you notice that door right there, we need to enter it. You kind of need to, like, guess where it is. And lo and behold, we've unlocked the path to a new dream. I don't know how you get to that for jumping down a hole, but whatever, it happened. And through that door, we can finally start the last sequence. But like I said, there is another way to get to that dream. You know, two paths, or yeah, two roads lead to it. And it involves going back here. Because we followed this girl. I don't know if she's I still don't know if this is supposed to be our sister or just a friend in this particular dream. Maybe sister, because that's how, like, that other ending ended, like, with that being his sister, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, like, we saw what happened when we follow her all the way through. Let's see what happens if we take the wrong paths. Yeah, she's still in front of us, but, you know, like, we just had to, just gotta be stupid. You know, we see the footprints on the ground and we take the other way. How dare you try to guide me down the correct path, footprints? Who do you think you are? So, yeah, I'm just going to be taking the wrong path for the foreseeable future. And I will get back to you when things start changing. And by taking the wrong path everywhere, yeah, I was very interested by these particular gravestones. Very. But yeah, by taking these wrong paths, we were even later than we were before. Well, I mean, not quite. I mean, you know, she's still right there. Because we gotta get through this screen, too. We're almost there. We are almost there. I'm gonna be completely honest, like, I'm just having this play as I browse through Twitter right now. But yeah, you know, like, we were taking the wrong path, going down dead ends and blah blah blah, and unfortunately, we were too late to get to our sister/friend in time. How late were we? Pretty late. Pretty late. Maybe by a few years. And then this happens again. And now we're an adult again. Who has a dream like that as an adult? Like, oh, I'm following my sister as a kid through the forest and then she dies as a grown woman. So I don't know. And dreams are weird, mysterious things. Different people have different dreams. I guess it's not too far-fetched. So yeah, now we're just running through the psych ward again. Things are going to switch up not too long from now. We're going to be encountering a new enemy type fairly soon. I hope it's fairly soon. I'm actually, like, doing this post commentary a month after I edited this video together, which I had edited together a month after I actually recorded this. So yeah, I'm a bit hazy on some of the minor details, but I remember things for the most part. I will say, this particular dream feels more like a game than the other dreams, and we'll get to it, because, like, this is more so like a labyrinth, like this little area. I mean, granted, the entire game was like that, but this feels more so like an actual labyrinth. And the dead ends are actually meaningful. I think it's gonna show up here. Maybe? Yep. We got the axe dudes. So you actually want to be really careful in some of these rooms. Like, you don't want to be constantly running, because you want to be able to run away from the axe murderers. Like so. Well, I was a little too slow there. Yeah, essentially, like, you walk forward and then, oh, axe murderer. So what you want to do is immediately turn around and sprint towards the door. I think I'm about to do it successfully this time. Or I think they just counted that as, like, me not having to go back and do that one. But yeah, when you go and lock the door behind you, you're essentially locking the axe murderer in and they try to break out, and yeah. So I will admit, that is an actual nice touch for this part. Especially since, like, the area opens up a lot more and it doesn't really feel like a linear path you're on. But see, you want to be careful. Don't just sprint willy-nilly, because then things like that happens. So yeah, we're going to be dealing with this for quite a bit. I don't really have much else to say about that. I kind of like went through all my thoughts right there. This is actually pretty cool. But I would argue it does overstay its welcome by a bit, by how long this section goes on. But yeah, you're just fast enough if you're sprinting. He could have walked through that door. Come on now. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and speed things up just a little bit more until we get to the next major thing.
Wake up. Thomas, please wake up. Oh God, please. Thomas, you're awake.
And that's the final dream, and possibly the most disappointing one to me. I guess he was sleepwalking the entire time? And ended up in the hospital? I guess? I don't know. If somebody knows anything about that ending, please tell me. I'm very confused. So yeah, that's Neverending Nightmares. All in all, it was an enjoyable experience, but it did get a little bit repetitive and just meh up on the end if you're trying to get everything. So that's that. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time with something else. Goodbye.